How's it going, everybody? Trevor Randles Outdoors Iowa here today, and we are out in the timber for Iowa's gun season. Had a pretty good weekend. Ended up getting 2 button bucks on a drive on some public land, and now we are out on the farm. And I chose I wanted to come in. I wanted to walk in a little bit later so that in case anything was moving, I'd get a shoot during the daylight. And lo and behold, I had 3 deer just walking leisurely in front of me, and I had a good shot on one. So we already have one down. Nice big doe, you guys. So just got her. Got a good shoulder hit, so she's gonna be good for a little bit. I'm going to go up here and sit. And I got a spot where I'm gonna overlook where some deer can come off of some feeding ground that is on a neighboring property. My dad is out here as well. One of the 3 deer that was with this one ended up pushing towards him, so there's a chance he might get a shot. And I may have heard a shot when he was walking in as well. We'll see. I'm going to get up here and get sat down. We're going to sit for a couple hours and see what we can get, you guys. Alright guys, so we're set up now. This is just one of my spots I usually like to sit. There's a lot of deer traffic through this valley right here. It's a little thick, but I get about 100 to 200 yard shot to be on where they're at. And they travel this spot because they go to the neighboring property for his crop ground, and then they come through our property to bed. So that's the reason why I try to stick around in this spot. So with that doe that I shot on the walk-in, you guys, I wasn't running my GoPros, but I was running my Tacticam. And while I was through a lot of timber, I just had one good opening on her shoulder. So that's why I took that shot. So hopefully it came out on shot cam for you guys. I didn't have the scope totally zoomed in, and then after I shot, I came down from the scope because I was trying to see where the other 2 deer had went and see if I had another shot or not. So it'll probably just be a split second of right before I pull the trigger, you can see the deer. And then I move, but should be something on camera. Dropped her down. Just, I know for sure it went through one of her shoulders. Couldn't have asked for a better shot on that. But I'm gonna sit for a couple hours. It was like 34 degrees this morning. And so we got a couple hours before we have to get her. I'll get her quartered out and put in a cooler before the end of the day. I'll probably be back out for an evening hunt. That's 2 successful deer hunts now, so that's pretty cool. It's definitely turning around this year. This is nice. Alright guys, I'm going to shut up, get quiet, and watch for some deer to come in. So something I wanted to say real quick. Some of the times you guys are hunting, especially if you're new hunters, trying to get a deer. Instances like that where I'm just quietly walking through the timber. And sometimes if you just take pauses, make sure you don't get too sweaty. Pay attention to wind direction. You can get up close to some of the deer and get a shot usually. Quite a few of my deer have been from jumping them like that, where you just happen to get close enough to them to have a shot before they know that you're there. Because they'll be cautious. I was actually walking through, and probably about 80 to 100 yards before I even seen or heard those deer, I seen tracks on the ground fresh from this morning. I figured it was either early this morning or right in front of me. So I was cautious. And I mean, like I said, I didn't walk 60, 70 yards probably, and then I heard them. And then I positioned myself for a shot, and I got a nice shot on that one. So that might help some of you newer hunters out there. You don't have to just sit and watch for deer. Sometimes you walk quietly, take your time. They're not going to be in a hurry to get away from you because they don't know what you are yet until they see you. But that first time they see you, you hear movement, you want to be able to catch where they're at really quick and position yourself to get a shot. A lot of times you'll hear them snort wheeze at you, and they'll just sit there and watch until they figure out what you are. And then they'll take off running. Which if you try to shoot at a running deer, and they already know where you're at, and they're already far enough away and in the timber, that's a hard shot, you guys. So I hope that's a helpful tip for you guys. Any of you newer hunters out there. Hey guys, I got some deer coming in. They're about 200 yards right now. Looks like maybe a doe and a baby. Let's see what they do. There's two deer. Where'd the other one go? Alright guys, I kind of confused myself here. I was trying to get the second deer as well. So I took my scope off the big doe. And I was aiming at the second deer. Let me see. I think what happened, you guys, was I shot at the first doe. and I must have hit her, and right away I was trying to move so I could get an aim at the second deer. And I think that first deer came running across that ravine really quick, and she started running right up at me. So that's why you see me put my pistol or my rifle down. I grabbed my pistol because she was like 15 yards in front of me, you guys. I could see her hanging her front leg. So I tried to take another shot on her with a pistol, but I think I missed. She went down in this ravine, but I didn't hear how far she went, so I don't know if she's still alive or not. And then it took me a minute, but after just sitting here for a little bit, the second deer didn't make it very far. He only ran back about 20 yards. And when I seen it move, that's when I put my sight on it. As you guys can see, I didn't have a really good shot. Like, it was quartering at me. And I didn't want to send a bullet through the whole body cavity. So we'll see how well it came out on footage, but that should have been a headshot on that second deer. Which I see it laying down, so I know it's down. I just don't know where that first deer went to. She went down in that ditch, which, man, if she stayed down there, that's a hard drag to get out of there. But you guys, that's 3 deer down. That's meat in the freezer. Oh, it took forever for those deer to come across that clearing I wanted them to. Luckily they did, because last year they would cut and they go where I didn't have any shots at them all last year. But I'm gonna have some work ahead of me because it's not quite cold enough to leave them hanging. So when I go to leave, I'll pack up my stuff, and I'm gonna put my bag down here, and I'm gonna walk the top of that ravine and see if she's still alive just by chance, and have a follow-up shot on her. What you guys think about that headshot? I think that's like the 4th or 5th deer since I've gotten this 450 I shoot a shot in the head. And we're talking 120 yards, maybe a little bit more. Alright guys, I have no idea what just happened. I just started packing my stuff up, and I look over, and where I shot that second deer, which it's still laying there, I can see it, so I know it's laying there. There's another deer standing over there. They're just staring at me. So I took a shot on it. That one didn't drop in the spot though. It's going to go up and over the hill onto the neighboring property, so we're going to have to go walk for that one. So there's a chance there's 4 deer down right now. I had a good shot on it, so no reason I didn't hit that deer. And I was aiming for like double long, so it just got up on that hill where I couldn't see it anymore. But you guys should be able to see that on Tacticam. I don't even know where it came from. I think maybe it walked down the hill coming towards me, not from the direction that the other 2 came from. That's my guess anyways. I'm done shooting deer now for today, which is good because Dad needs some help with cows, and I've got a lot of cleaning to do now. I don't think it was the doe that I shot and she ran this way. I don't think that was her. It looked like it was running on both front legs pretty good. Okay, you guys, so that last deer I shot was very likely the fourth deer. It's because I was just sitting right up here. Here's the one that I shot at with a pistol and would have been the first rifle shot. Oh, down in the mud all the way down the bottom. So I'm gonna have to drag her up here somehow. Give me some time to get that done. I'm gonna get a tag on these deer. I'm gonna find the fourth deer that's gonna be up and over on that hill, depending on how far she ran, and I am busy for the rest of the day. Oh boy. Hey guys, here was deer number 2. Shot a little high. Took out the top of its head. Unless I shot through its head. Don't quite remember. I'll have to look at the footage. But I gotta get a tag on this one. And then I gotta go search for that fourth one. See how far she made it. This one's a little button buck. Alright guys, just found number 4. Right down here in the bottom is where that whole headshot button buck is. Followed this trail up. She's like slamming into these trees and stuff. Awesome blood trail. Look at that on that tree. Look at that. And she's sitting right up here. Oh, it's a buck. It is. I didn't see the antlers on it, so small. Small enough, less than 10 inches. Antlerless tag. So, still have a buck tag. But that's number 4. I'm gonna get him drugged back to the other one and go back for the truck. Oh, yay. Successful hunting, you guys. Alright guys, so most likely I will not see another deer while I'm doing this, but you never know what might happen. But about the only thing I'm going to shoot now, if I can, will be a buck. So that is probably the end of this video, you guys. We're going to get to clean in some deer. So we have meat for the freezer. That is awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the hunt. Hopefully the footage came through okay, especially the scope cam. Got to watch those deer quite a bit. Got to watch me breathing pretty heavy. I forgot my blood pressure meds this morning, so that did not help me whatsoever. I could feel myself just not able to relax myself, but still got good shots on every deer and a lot of meat that we're going to have going in the freezer. I'm so excited, you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Happy shotgun season. I hope everybody's had a good luck and safe year. Everybody got deer hopefully and nobody got hurt. All right, I'm getting to work. That's a walleye. And she swallowed it. That is a monster.
2023 Iowa deer season, you guys. That's a wrap.